Yeah, we're going remote. So I'm in my living room, my spare room, my weight bench behind me. You can see all my office stuff. Eileen is at her house. So thank you and welcome back to the LGBTQ Voice. Each week, we talk about events, topics, and resources and what's impacting our community. So this week, we want to kind of talk to you guys and fill you in about what the network's been doing, especially during COVID-19. So Eileen, you want to talk about who our guests are going to be for tonight?
Sure. Tonight we're going to have two guests. We're going to have Dr. Stacee Reicherzer, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about what it's been like and how to take care of ourselves during this unusual and unprecedented time of COVID-19, the coronavirus. And then we're going to talk to Jayla Rhodes. The Queens of the South Coast are having a benefit on Saturday night, and Jayla will be here to talk to us about that. Crystal Diamonds, also Queens of the South Coast, cannot be here tonight. She is considered an essential employee and is working at South Coast EMS in Dartmouth as an emergency medical dispatcher. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but unfortunately, that is why she cannot be here tonight. She's out there taking care of the community.
All right, very nice. So we just want to let you guys know that there's some resources out there available right now. Massachusetts Commission on LGBTQ Youth Update. The LGBTQ population are especially at risk for COVID-19 infection due to a variety of factors, including higher risk of respiratory issues relating to smoking and other factors, higher rates of HIV, which can compromise immune systems, and lower rates of health, health, and lack of insurance as well, and trust in the healthcare industry as well. It's been difficult for a lot of people to seek out medical help, trusting doctors, and that's one thing the network's been working on. And Andy Pollack, our new president, we're hoping that in our future, like you'll see restaurants that have like a 5-star rating or hotels of a 5-star rating, that maybe in the next couple of years, you'll see our logo on businesses and doctor's office, that we feel it's a safe enough place for you to go and feel welcome and confident and secure where you're going. But for LGBTQ youth, there is the Massachusetts Commission. So it's commission at mass dash left to right LGBTQ.org. Or you can actually call them and leave them a voicemail. They'll call you back. Sorry, of course, I just moved the paper on my face, guys. 617-624-5495. Again, it's commission at mass left to right dash LGBTQ.org. Or you can leave them a voicemail. We can actually also talk to Eileen and myself. You can find us, I believe they put our emails in the header, but if not, it's Eileen at sclgbtq.org or Tracy at sclgbtq.org. So I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that people have been reaching out to us. We actually got an email, or I received it with Rebecca, who is our former president, who's now our new vice president of the network. Mark Montigny's office has been emailing us, asking us what they can do to help our youth in this time in crisis. So people are reaching out to us, which is great, but we wanted to come back and reach out to you guys to let you guys know what's been going on and where we're at. We made a post, unfortunately, before a lot of places closed, that we were canceling our Pride event, that we were canceling our Gallery X Expo, Art Expo. For the entire month of June, we went to Gallery X to showcase LGBTQ artists, so that needed to be canceled. And I guess besides Pride, one of the biggest things that hurt me the most was canceling Feroche, our LGBTQ youth fashion show. We had moved it from one date in March and we moved it to June. But now we just said we had to cancel all our events right now. The good thing about that is, and a shout out to Gloria and Company, they were doing all the hair and makeup design for free. And they've been on board and helping us since day one. And it's definitely a shout out to them. We're actually getting our $500 deposit back from the Seaport and Marina. We're going to be able to use that next year's for Feroche. And a shout out to the Fairhaven Police Department for taking our down money, our down payment money for the police action that we had ready, just in case something happens. And they're going to be able to use that money for next year as well. So we're not going to be able to, do something this year, but we definitely will do something next year. So again, a shout out to all those people that were helping out. South Coast Pride, we just changed the date on our Facebook event. So you can find it there. It's June 5th, 2021. And again, hopefully the Gallery X Expo will be able to rent next year and do that as well. And there's going to be some news next week, and we'll tell you more about that at the end of the show, and we'll tell you what next week's show is going to be. All the tea dances that we've been having at the Harbor Hotel will resume once they've reopened and we feel it's safe to be out. Just because the business reopens, we as a network have to take, again, we just talked about LGBTQ statistics being a little bit different than a straight person statistics of being out there. Our immune systems may be compromised, and we want to make sure that everybody's as safe as possible before we say, hey, let's have a party and let's have a tea dance. There are two peer groups I want to tell you guys about right now. One is the TGI Network, which you can find on Facebook, and they're actually having a TGI peer support virtual meetup group, and that's actually tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So you can find that, and I know I've shared it on the network page, so you can find the South Coast LGBT Network on Facebook, and kind of take a look at that. We also have our NB AGLE, New Bedford Alliance of Gay and Lesbian Youth, ages 14 to 24. We actually have our own community center for that, which we've actually invited the network to join. But that group is for 14 and 24. And we actually have our virtual meetings every Thursday from 5 to 7. And to be part of that, you need to join our Facebook page for the youth and kind of see, we check in with the youth, see what's going on, and kind of just talk and make sure that people are well and safe. So I'm just going to pass it over to Eileen if she wants to talk a few minutes about what she's been up to.
Hi, Tracy. I just wanted to let everyone know we can see your comments on the live stream. So if you have questions, anything that you want to talk to us about, or any general questions about what's going on right now, feel free to make comments in the comment section and we can see them live. I want to say hi to Kevin and Nate who are watching right now, and a special hi to Julie, who is Shayla's mom and is here watching tonight. So I'm happy to have her here. And also to Wendy. Hi, Wendy. I'm glad you're here, glad you're watching. I just wanted to recognize that we can see you. We love your comments. Please give us feedback, questions, anything, and we will be engaging with you here. So thank you for watching us. We have NB AGLE is still going on virtual on Thursday nights, Tracy.
Yeah.
We have Pride Cafe is an option. If you want to be involved in Pride Cafe virtually, please let me know. Send me an email. I can definitely set it up. I have been logging on a couple of weeks with no response. Hi, Mike. Crystal Diamonds is here watching too. Hi, how are you? But please let me know what your interests are. I'm also looking to start a book club. I'll put out a survey. What book would you like to read and chat about? We can definitely put a time together to talk about books or movies. Let me know your interests. We want to be here for you during this time when we're all feeling a little bit isolated and stuck in our homes. Yeah. So please let me know what your interests are, and we'll try to make that happen.
So our Pride Cafe is an 18+ group. It's at the same center as our NB AGLE. And can you tell a little bit more about what Pride Cafe is, Eileen?
So Pride Cafe is a social group, 18+, like Tracy said. Anyone is welcome. We do a lot of different things usually in that group. We watch movies, we play games, sometimes we just chat, sometimes we hang around and have snacks and just see what's going on. Sometimes we meet in the community. But since those things aren't options right now, we can definitely look at doing other things, virtual games, just chatting, like I said, book clubs. It's really a time to socialize and get together with. The idea is outside of the bar, without alcohol. So that's really how it started. So let us know what your interests are. I'd be more than happy to facilitate that on Monday nights.
I know it's so weird us being in my home and Eileen being in her home. We're very excited to be back on live on the LGBTQ Voice. I did want to give a shout out to Bedford Public Access TV. We actually all did some training over there. Eileen, myself, Kevin, and 3 other people on the events committee. And it was 3 or 4. God help it. I think there were 6 or 7 of us. We appreciate we'll be able to use their cameras and whatnot and go off-site and do things with them as well. It's just that we thought, going live is a little bit easier for us. We don't have to do the work of editing afterwards, and what happens live happens live. Obviously, I need a haircut, guys. My faux hawk's gone. I got my baseball cap collection. Maybe next week I'll show you my wall. You'll be like, oh my God, Tracy's got all those caps. But we're excited that once we get more ahead, we'll have other guests on. We'll be talking about Next week's show, we'll be talking about what's going on virtually right now, what we're doing virtually, and we'll hook you guys up with some other prides, what Cape Cod Pride's been doing, what Rhode Island Pride's been doing, to keep people motivated. Um, Obviously, people should be, secluded at home. And what safe ways for a lot of gay people? There's a lot of folks that are gay, may have a drinking problem, a medication problem, or a smoking problem. So being stuck at home, my concerns are for the isolation that people are dealing with. So it's really good to have the conversation that we're having tonight, and to bring in, Dr. Stacee tonight. So thank you, Eileen, for grabbing Dr. Stacee and for having Dr. Stacee, be one of our first guests as we're coming back. And to let you guys know, if you haven't noticed, we have a new logo. The LGBTQ voice. We're hoping to carry our thoughts, our concerns, your comments, what the community needs are, going forward. So I'll let Eileen talk for a minute and introduce Dr. Stacee.
So tonight we have the privilege of having Dr. Stacee Reicherzer with us. She has been on our show a few times and talks about a lot of self-care and how we take care of ourselves. So I thought it was really important to have her back on this opening segment during this special time. So yes, so I think Mike will be putting her in any second. And there she is.
Hi, honey. Welcome.
Thank you. It's so good to be here with y'all.
Appreciate it.
I'm excited to have you here, Stacee. We always have great conversations. And given this time where, we're all home and we're all, working remotely and not being able to access our usual support systems, I'm happy to have you. Help us. Help us.
Sure. This is such a difficult time for all of us right now. We're in this together, and the thing that's different for us is that we're all trying to go about our lives and carry on with work and with relationships and with all of the things that we normally do. But we're doing so with this sort of overarching experience of COVID-19, of dealing with uncertainty, dealing with shortages, and the inability to readily access just regular household items and items of health and human hygiene that we're used to. We're worried about people that we love. Some of us, of course, like Crystal Diamond, are going out every day risking their health for the rest of us. They're on the front lines. And we're all worried about that. We're sharing in that experience for people we care about, and we're also just sitting here wondering, well, where does this end? So, and it's a collective thing, because there's no place anywhere where anybody can go where we're going to access folks who aren't going through the same thing we are. So it's a really challenging time that we're all just trying to engage in. I have a sense of myself and of others being really, really underwater, and trying to do these regular motions that we normally do, and it just feels so much slower and so much harder, and that's our reality right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of us are in the space where we're trying to manage our work life and our home life, and it's all in the same place. And then there are people who have children at home, pets at home, and every day, the work continues and it's not separated from our home. So I think that's a huge challenge. You're home, you're working, you look outside, it's dark, you miss the whole day because, we lost her.
Oh, she might be back. You want to read? Oh, there she goes. Hi. Hey, welcome back.
We're going to play peekaboo. We thought that would entertain everybody.
Hello. Did you want to read Wendy's comment, Eileen?
Yeah, definitely. So, talking about working remotely, Wendy says that she's been working remotely has been an interesting.
Oh, we lost Eileen for the second.
We did.
That might happen from time to time. So she's just going to refresh, and Eileen will be right back.
Okay, got it.
So Wendy wrote, working remotely has been an intersection thing for me. Thought I wouldn't be able to handle it well, but I'm actually liking it. Turning our she shed into my office craft space, hopefully running the electric this weekend. The next thing she wrote was, yeah, the relationship part of things can be real tough when we are together 24/7.
That's the whole thing. Everybody's on top of each other in a household. So you've either got a situation where you're together all the time, or for live by themselves, it's being completely remote and isolated from human contact. And so there's really unique circumstances that people are dealing with. And as Eileen mentioned, some folks are also homeschooling their kids while trying to orchestrate all of these kinds of things. So, it's exciting when people can discover something in it, and I think Wendy's comments really illustrate that. But there's a part of it too that I think is important, because so much of what seemed to launch in social media when this began happening was a lot of emphasis on the creativity and all the things that we're going to be able to do, and that we're going to come out of this as better people. So I think what often happens is people will take that stuff in and and meanwhile they're trying to simply deal with their own exhaustion, their own fears, their own insecurities, their own inability to pry away from the news feeds and the constant sources of data and worry. And so it's, I think, difficult to sometimes live up to our own expectations that we're somehow going to use this period to become more creative, more caring beings, when we're just trying to meet our own very basic life and mental health and healthcare needs.
Yeah, I find that I try and only go shopping once a week, and I'm very fortunate. I got the last 36 pack of Angel Soft. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta buy it. I mean, it's those little things that I get excited for, right?
Yeah, definitely. And some of the work that I do during the day requires me to go out. Hi, Stacey. It requires me to go out and get some things for other community members.
Mm-hmm.
I found, Stacey, and I don't know your thoughts on this. I found myself thinking, okay, my life has slowed down. In this place of quiet, and what am I going to allow back in my life? What am I going to allow back in my life when this time is over? What am I really missing, and what am I not missing so much?
I think that's the question we're all asking right now. We're really becoming acutely aware of the things that we miss the most. I know for myself, I'm missing life. I'm missing being able to go out and see people I care about and hug you, and to be able to then go have dinner in a restaurant, and to be able to be around a bunch of people and just experiencing life. Those are things I miss. I miss being able to just make a quick, easy run to the grocery store when I realize, oh my goodness, I'm out of garlic. I need to go do this, without it being a major production that involves putting on a mask and having to stand in line and worry about whether or not I'm going to be able to easily acquire things I need. I just miss the simplicity of things. And so I think that the question becomes then, what then are we going to do? Who are we going to be when this thing emerges? And the person I know that I find myself hoping emerges is one who understands that things that seem so simple today can be taken away tomorrow. And it's just a very good reinforcement that we never want to take people and our relationships that matter the most to us for granted. We need to be able to reach out, to be able to share time, and not just simply assume that I'll be able to do that next week. I'm a little bit worn out. I don't really want to go out this evening. I'll give her a call tomorrow. Whatever. We don't know these things. We don't know that people are going to be there tomorrow. And I think that's the thing that we'll walk out of here with a real desire and a real tendency towards savoring life in a whole other level.
I was talking to my kids earlier this week, and I said, well, how weird is it that we're now in 2020 and maybe things are happening because we're not seeing things we should be seeing? We're not, obviously 2020 is the best eyesight you can have. And maybe we're not seeing things the way we should be. And that's
Mhm.
why it happened in 2020. Can people be nicer? I mean, there's people out there that were hoarders. And I'm like, how are you being a better person throughout this whole thing when you're not taking care of your neighbors? And I think that's one of the reasons that shout out to Mike from the Bedford Guide for reaching out to us to say, you know what, we want you guys to have your voice. We want you guys to make sure that your community is safe, and what can you do to help? So we're thankful to be back here.
Yeah. So there's a few comments here. So there's a comment from Julie. Thank you, Winter, for what you do too. Hi, Winter. I'm not sure what you do for work, but it says here you're an essential worker. So thank you for what you do. And also Kelly DeMello is saying that she's been alone and it's really hard. And Wendy's saying that it's really difficult for her to live without sports.
Oh, damn, Skippy. Oh, did you hear today?
I did.
I'm not happy. For you guys that don't know, Gronk came back and he's being traded to Tampa Bay so he can be with Mr. Tom Brady. Just found that out this afternoon. Not happy. Yeah, definitely missed sports and hugging kids. My son used to come over quite often, and now it's like once a month. I got to see my son.
Yeah, Cameron just said she misses hugging her older kids and wants some space from her teens. Right?
What's funny is I'm a foster mom, and during this COVID-19, they asked me to help an elder foster parent because her kid was at an essential job. And I said, sure, I'll help out. I got the third bedroom. And then it didn't work out. That person actually signed themselves out of DCF care. And it doesn't do with me. But then I have another one. So they said, hey, would you like another one? So now I got two kids kind of in the house. And I'm not used to that, Eileen. Our kids are a little bit older, So for people that have these young kids and they're stuck in the house and, look on our Facebook page. We always share different things that kids can do. There's outlets, different Facebook groups themselves. There's a Rhode Island LGBTQ page. There's a Mass Rhode Island LGBTQ page. There's our network Facebook page. There's New England Pride TV Facebook page. There's a lot of different things that you guys can look for to kind of help with the LGBTQ, 18 plus group. But if you're looking for something like in particular for things to do, hit up Eileen or myself on our email, and we'd be more than glad to kind of maybe give you guys some suggestions, or our website, which if they click on it, Eileen, where are we at with that?
Yeah, it's still active. I can't there's not new information. Everything is paused as of Monday this week, but it is up to date as of Monday. Yep.
Yeah, so you guys can check the resources and whatnot that's out there.
Yep. So we're in the process of rebuilding that website, so we'll talk more about that later. Dr. Stacee, I mean, I hear a lot about make sure you have a routine, get in a routine. And then I think, okay, well, we get in this routine, but the routine changes every week because what our expectations are, the expectations of us are change every week. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that are just are to go easy on yourself with this stuff. It sounds good. Important to have a routine anytime you're now having a lot of time on your hands or your time has been radically restructured. So being able to have periods where you're dedicating to your things that you must do every day, whatever that is. Your regular work schedule, attending to your family, to children's needs for education, as that may be, attending to the people and things around you that matter the most, but also attending to health and to being able to do things that to keep a person going, while also at the same time, there's a real need to go easy on yourself when you don't do those things particularly well. Because I think what is such a main concern at this time is people's sense of failure at not doing the whole thing right. Because that's a great challenge for us. We're in very new circumstances where people who have major depression are going to experience a much deeper sense of hopelessness and other depression symptoms. People with anxiety are going to have their fear, their tendency toward panic and other symptoms become much more florid. This is just going to be true for everybody. People with ADHD are going to be a lot more distracted. These are all things. So whatever stuff you already had going on is just going to be intensified. So during this, it's important for people to be able to go easy on themselves and to not feel like a failure, not go into this mindset and this sort of this part of the self that I think tells them that, you know, you're not doing this well enough and you're not good enough, because that's this scolding tendency that we have within, and we retreat to it when we're in these spaces of just not being good enough at this. Mm-hmm. And the truth is, none of us are good at doing coronavirus. You know, we're all just doing our very best. You know, none of us are experts in pandemics and in being able to stay well during a pandemic. So trusting in that and just going easy on yourself is, I think, key. And recognizing that it's one day at a time. It's very much a process of trying to show up and do these things as routinely as you can, and that if you're just operating at 60% or even 40% of what you normally do, that sometimes that's just enough. And being able to just accept that and go with it, it's so important. One of the questions that I do also want to speak to that you asked me about a bit ago was, what are the things that we need to really walk away from this thing with? And Tracy spoke earlier about health disparities for LGBTQ youth. And if there's anything that we've learned from this, it's that health disparities are a major consideration. And these are populations who have pre-existing health conditions are the ones that are much more susceptible to severe symptoms with coronavirus. And these are the populations who have the highest death rates. There is a very valid reason why African American communities are being hit so very heavily, and that's because people have jobs that they must go do. They're working in these industries and they don't have a choice. But oftentimes too, they're exposed to things and there are health conditions in their families. So if there's anything that I've learned and that I hope we can do differently, it's to recognize that even when COVID is no longer a part of our lives, we still have a responsibility to be looking at this and to be addressing health and mental health disparities for populations who are marginalized, beginning with the LGBTQ population and our own community. We have a responsibility to ensure that these basic needs are met, so we're not seeing our kids taken out by this stuff as we move forward.
That's one of the reasons that our MBA group went virtual. We wanted to make sure that we could check in with our kids every week and see, you know, if nothing else, we're here for you every week. And we have a private page for them only, that if they want to talk to each other, they can, and reach out to each other for help.
I'm glad to know that, because one of the things that is a product of this is that, you know, it's not simply just the respiratory symptoms of COVID, but it's the issues of isolation. Isolation, it makes every single mental health problem worse. So for somebody who's already existing in isolation, which we know is a factor for LGBTQ youth, and in fact many LGBTQ adults, all of the stuff that we're talking about puts folks at a much higher risk. So these are the kinds of things that we want to be very acutely aware of right now. This is why each of us has a responsibility to be reaching out to our people, to our community, to stay connected and to ensure that people who are out there are feeling connected to us.
We're having difficulty as well with some of our kids because they are secluded at home. Sure. They are closeted and they can't do these Zoom chats. Right. So I feel, we can't reach out to them. So one of our peer leaders is actually going to everybody on our Facebook page and privately message them, saying, listen, can we get your email address? We'll talk to us by email if you can on your phone. Delete it when you're done. What can we do to get you what you need? So we're working behind the scenes to make sure what we can do is what we can do.
Oh, that's excellent, Tracy. I'm so very glad to know that.
Yeah. Stacee, we are just about out of time today, but we'd love to have you back again.
Okay.
I know, I love when you're on. We could talk for hours and hours. But thank you. Any last words before you go tonight?
You know what? My last words to everybody are to stay strong. Know that we are in this together. If there's any time that we have needed to prove that we are family and that we can come together as a community and we can fight something, it's moments like this. And our people have been through a lot. You know, we've weathered many storms, and this is one more storm for us to weather. And together we're going to be able to do this. So remember, your peers are out there. We're all out there. We're a community, and we are family. So stay with it and stay connected. Keep the love alive, because that's what's going to keep us all alive.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Be well.
Ready.
Be well.
So we're gonna get in somebody now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, if you have people in your life that you know are struggling, reach out to them, say hello to them, give them a call, FaceTime them, stay in contact, try to support them the best you can, and also take care of yourself. It's so important. These times are so challenging. And I just wanted to put that out there before we move on to our next guest, which is half of the Queens of the South Coast, Jayla Rhodes. Mike will be bringing her in any minute. And Crystal Diamonds is also here. Hi.
Ooh, baby.
Crystal Diamonds is here. She is not on the video, but she is able to answer questions in the comment section. So please feel free to ask questions. You look marvelous, Jayla.
Sweet. Oh, her voice isn't there.
Mike, I can't hear Jayla. Oh, she'll be back. So I'm going to ask Crystal a question. Crystal, tell us a little bit what it's like being out there every day, dispatching for EMS. Can you respond to that in the chat while we get started with Jayla? Jayla? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, there we go.
Hi, Jayla. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome.
So nice to see you. I love your backdrop.
Me too. Look at mine. Woo-hoo.
Your mom's here, Jayla.
She is. I sent her the live stream, the link to it, so she could watch too.
Awesome.
I'm excited. I don't think I've ever met your mom. Maybe someday.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit what you're doing, what you've been up to, and what's happening Saturday.
What have I been up to? I've been on quarantine for almost a month now and going a little crazy. And I haven't done drag in so long, so I was like, what can I do? Do everything that I love and do something for good. I was like, let's do a virtual drag show. Let's raise some money for charity. I'm hosting it with Crystal Diamonds. It's on the 25th at 7 o'clock. It's going to be airing. I'm streaming live on Facebook, on the Queens of South Coast Facebook, the LGBT Facebook and YouTube. We have a lot of performers. We're going to be talking to you guys, and we got Dr. Stacee, Jen Bonin, who's a staple in the Providence community. The money that we raise is going to be going towards Feeding America and other COVID-19 benefits in the local area is where we want to try and raise the money for.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's excellent.
Yeah, we're also going to be doing a live silent auction during the show. It'll be listed on the page. So anything raised from those will also go to charity too. We got some great people. I made a few things for the auction. We have a basket from Athena's. Kristen, who we do our drag bingos with, she's donating a basket. She's amazing. Yeah, it's gonna be a really good time. We're gonna have games and performances. I think we have like 9 or 10 performers. It's gonna be a big spectacle.
So
Yeah.
the link for that to pay, is it like a PayPal, a Venmo?
So we have Venmo and Cash App, both QOTSC is the @ for it. And then I will also have a PayPal available. I'm just waiting for I gotta set one of those up. I have one for myself, but I'm trying to set one up for Queens of the South Coast, so it's more of a
Yeah.
a company thing. Yeah.
I just want to make sure that people are ready and prepared to put some bucks out there, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah. And
definitely.
it starts at 7.
Yes, it starts at 7. The live stream, we'll probably post the live stream like half hour early so people can like get in, grab a cocktail, get situated, grab a nice spot on the couch, and be
Awesome.
outside all night to get right to your couch.
Yeah, sounds good. And no one will be able to see us on our couch, so we can be in our PJs while you all are dressed up and performing. So sounds fantastic to me, and for a great cause for local charities. So I'm excited to be there on Saturday virtually. And I know Tracy and I will have a little opportunity to talk about the network on Saturday too. So we'll be doing that. I want to also tell you Crystal's response to my question about what it's like to be an essential employee in EMS workers. So she said it's tough. I mean, it's something I signed up for years ago, and now during a pandemic, I realized the role I play in our community. And Crystal says, Jayla, you look dashing. So there
Just
you
some,
go.
oh,
Do you have any thoughts on how people could be spending their time in quarantine? What have you been doing?
it's spring cleaning season, so all I've been doing is cleaning, rearranging. I finally got my drag room like almost all together. Like it's been nice to have time to do things, but the hardest part is just trying to fill that empty space where like you don't want to do anything, and you're just sitting there going stir crazy, like go out, take a walk, go for a ride, anything just as long as you're practicing safe social distancing, wearing a mask when you go in stores, it's self-quarantining if you have symptoms, anything that can really help slow the curve so we can get back to normal life and we can have a cocktail at the bar together and enjoy a regular drag show and not have to watch it on TV.
Yeah, so hopefully soon we'll be past this and gradually move back into that situation where we're out and having a cocktail together and watching live performances. Is there a performance that you're excited about Saturday night? Do you have a lineup ready?
Yes, I'll go ahead and just read. I'm excited about every single performer because
All right.
and they're all really dear friends, and I can't wait to spend this night with them. Let's see. Starting at the top, we have Chloe Savage, who's Providence. She was a dancer at Dark Lady. I'm sure a lot of people know her. We have Clark Conrad, who is from Fairhaven. He's another local LGBT member. We have Ivana B, who is another Providence queen. I absolutely adore her. Ivana Riggy, which we do a lot of our drag bingos with. She's from Western Mass. We also have Mia Easylay, who's also from Western Mass as well. She does a lot of drag bingos with us. We have Anya Nees, who is from Providence. My dear friend Onyx Rose, she's actually from Colorado. I met her when I lived out in Vegas, and she's coming to us live from Colorado. We have Ricky, who is a dancer at Dark Lady as well. And then we have Sasha Stone, another popular Providence queen. And
Nice.
And we'll be having appearances from you guys, obviously. We got Jen Bonin. Dr. Stacy's going to be joining us talking about some of the things you can do to help deal with any problems you could be having during this time.
That sounds like a great lineup, and I'm excited to see the performances. But Jayla, your mom has told us that you've been doing a lot of cooking. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Oh my goodness. I've been on a pasta kick lately. Like can never have enough carbs, but I work at Olive Garden, like right now. And I haven't worked there in a while because I also work at Sally's, and that's my full-time job. And I'm like, I want pasta. I miss Olive Garden, so I've been making a lot of pasta. Anything really. My fridge is full. I got a stimulus check from Trump, and I said, let's buy a lot of food.
Good for you. Good for you. Crystal, I have another question for you. If you could give any advice from your standpoint as an essential employee to the community, what would it be? So we'll, hopefully Crystal's still here and can answer that. Tracy,
Mike,
do you have
I was gonna say,
questions?
well, Crystal has a post up. During this time, my motto is pay it forward. If you don't have the money, donate the time. We are the world.
Nice. I didn't see that. Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah. Oh, it just came up on the screen.
Yes, there it is.
Hi. And then
So-
Kevin Tavares says, David Coella loves you gals. I'm not sure why Kevin's telling on David, but hey, go for it. I think it's funny. I've had more time to like friend request a bunch of people. So I have 2 new drag queen names that crack me up. I had to tell my kids. So one of them is Area 51. One of them is Maybelline. Maybelline. Don't crack me up. I'm sorry. I'm like, I can't. So,
my new favorite one right now is Purella DeVille.
Oh, no,
Right.
that's perfect for these times, Purella DeVille.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah, some of them are just wicked funny to me. I'm like, I can't. Well, we have anything else, Eileen?
I don't. Jayla, is there anything else that you want to share before you go?
I just want to invite everyone to come see the show on Saturday. Obviously, it's really going to be a good time. We've got some fun things planned. I got a little cooking segment coming. We're going to be doing some fun stuff. I'll be giving out prizes. We got the silent auction going on, and it's all for charity. So it's a really good time.
So Mike has another one more thing up before I end.
Yep. So Mike answered my question. Stay home. The virus is real and it has now struck the South Coast community. The numbers are only climbing. It's essential to our human race to take responsibility and remain indoors. So just keep yourself safe. Keep yourself safe. Keep your family safe. So Jayla, we will make sure that your event is posted. We shared it. We'll continue to share it. I can't wait to see you on Saturday.
I got a lot of fun things planned. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and folks from the community got to understand that, when we canceled all our events, after I posted everything on all the social media sites that we told a bunch of people, I got a text message. Does that mean Tea Dance canceled too? And I'm like, yes, we cannot have a tea dance, people. We love the Harbor Hotel. We love the support. We love the food. We love everything there. We can't have a tea dance, guys. We just can't. We're social distancing. We need to stay away. And that's one of the first events we're going to get back up because that's easy for us. Once a month, we all hang out at the Harbor Hotel downtown New Bedford, 21 plus. So once we're set and we know we're safe, I don't want to go and Eileen don't want to get sick. We don't want to bring that home to our families. But once we know it's safe to go out, we'll be out and about again. You'll see us, but you'll see us every week live here on the Bedford Guide. So take care, guys, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys. Thank you.